Thanks a lot. An evening out to celebrate turned into a frightening ordeal for a member of our WCBI family. Sunrise anchor Bill Gamel and his wife Susan had just arrived at a wedding reception when she suffered a heart attack. That was just a few weeks ago. Today, she's finishing up cardiac rehab. February, as you know, is Heart Month, and it's a good time to share Susan's story and some reminders to listen to your body. Our Victoria Bailey joins us in the studio with that.
Yeah, Andrea, walking into the OCH Wellness Center today, I was greeted with nothing but smiling faces. Nurses and family were there to cheer Susan on to the finish line in her recovery.
I mean, when she first went down, of course, I called her halfway down and laid her on the floor. And unfortunately, there was a doctor standing right beside me, and he started working on her immediately.
Susan and Bill both called that quick work divine intervention, and it likely saved her life. But the danger had started long before that night.
I was suffering from what I thought was just a really bad case of indigestion every day. And my esophagus area felt like I had indigestion, and even my arm hurt a little bit. I treated it for indigestion, actually, and realized that I did need to see a doctor, but I was going to wait till the next week, and so I just waited a little too long.
Susan's heart had stopped.
I was sitting in the cab of the ambulance, and they started hauling her, putting her in the back of the ambulance, and I heard one of the doctors say, "We lost her pulse, she's not breathing." That's when I went from praying to begging, and apparently God answers begging too.
She coded that night, and doctors eventually put her on a ventilator. Miraculously, the next morning, she was breathing on her own and well on her way to recovery. Elizabeth Varco sees patients, particularly women in the OCH rehab facility, every day with similar stories.
Women don't always have the same classical symptoms. Sometimes women will have discomfort in the back. They can have upper abdominal pain. They complain more of shortness of breath or difficulty doing their usual activities.
Varco says both men and women are susceptible to heart disease, but taking preventative measures is key.
Exercising, eating a healthy diet, watching their cholesterol, getting their blood pressure checked by the physician, decreasing stress, watching our body weight are all risk factors that promote heart disease.
For Susan and other cardiac patients, a big part of recovery includes rehab.
It's an exercise program, but we monitor the patient's EKG as they're exercising. We monitor their blood pressure, but we're also an education program. We talk a lot about risk factors for heart disease.
Susan says the most important lesson she's learned is that no one is safe from a heart attack.
Just be proactive and see a doctor. It's better to be safe than sorry. I wish I had done that.
Varco emphasized that for men, symptoms of heart attack can range from chest pains to discomfort that could radiate to the jaw and the upper shoulders and down the left arm. Andrea?